24-10 was the final score for the Arizona Cardinals going against the Steelers at home for the Pittsburgh Steelers. This was a classic Mike Tomlin game. And this is why I cannot say that he's an elite head coach in the NFL. I don't care about that. He's never had a losing season. That's a stupid statistic. If you're not going out there competing for a Super Bowl and you're not going out there and getting multiple playoff wins a season, that is a losing season for the Steelers. Mike Tomlin's standard is to go out there and not have a losing season. The Steelers historically is to go out there and compete for Super Bowls. They have been able to connect in the last few years. And this is not a fire Mike Tomlin video. This was just a Mike Tomlin type of game. He got outcoached by Jonathan Gannon. Let's call a spade a spade. He got outcoached today. There is no way in hell the Arizona Cardinals only have 2 wins on the season and they come out and they dominate you like this. They were 10 for 12 on third down. That is almost unheard of. 10 for 12. And I understand TJ Watt went down in this game. Landon Roberts went down in this game. TJ Watt was able to come back. He didn't look particularly well, so they took him out the game. But Landon Roberts getting hurt, that is just another problem for this team long term at that linebacker position in the middle of the field. You don't have Quan Alexander. You don't have Cole Holcomb, so you cannot go out there and stop the run. And James Conner took over. 25 carries for 105 rushing yards and 2 touchdowns. He made this team pay, and this is the same franchise that drafted him. And I'm happy for James Conner. Go out there and do what you're supposed to do, but it's inexcusable to go out there and get ran on over and over again by a team that only had 2 wins on the season. And you look at the Steelers right now, they're trying to make a playoff push. That's not going to happen playing like this. But Mike Tomlin is the main problem with this team when they play bad teams. They play down to competition. And this has been a thing even back to the past when they had Ryan Shazier, Big Ben, Le'Veon Bell, Antonio Brown. They played down to competition and they played around with bad teams and you end up losing. And today was a classic case of that. There is no reason to why the Arizona Cardinals should have been able to come on this field and dominate this team the way that they did. Then you look at this situation as well. 2 weather delays. They already knew. The weather already knew what was going on with the Steelers. Kenny Pickett went down in this game. They had another weather delay. I was really hoping that Kenny Pickett could come back and play in this game because you guys all know how I feel about Mr. Trubisky. If Kenny Pickett continues to go down, when you put in Mr. Trubisky, you have Mason Rudolph. Put him in. He's a way better option than Mr. Trubisky. Mr. Trubisky is incompetent. Get him off of this roster immediately. I just don't understand how last week Pat Freiermuth had 9 catches. 9. And in this game, he was only able to get 3 for 29 yards. Deontay Johnson did come away with a touchdown. It was a garbage time TD. 4 catches, 33 yards. George Pickens had 4 catches, 86 yards. The most that he did was his 2 catches in the game. That was it. They went completely away from it. And I'm not going to blame the offensive coaching on this. Stars with Mike Tomlin. You let Matt Canada come in and coach with this team for so long and cost his team football games. So guess what ends up happening? You lose football games to where this team could have 8 to 9 wins this season to this point of the season. And you won't have to stress over winning out for the rest of the season. I expect for them to come out Thursday night and to defeat the New England Patriots, but I don't know. That's a bad football team. And usually Mike Tomlin plays down to competition. So I would not be surprised if they also lost to the Patriots as well. But this was a terrible outing. Kenny Pickett dealt with an ankle injury all week long, even in practice. He was running to try to go get the touchdown. It didn't happen. He got hurt on the goal line. And essentially, you put in Mr. Trubisky. They went for it on 4th and goal, which I don't have a problem with. They ran it with Najee Harris. He was not able to get things going. That was just unfortunate. But I do like that play call. Be aggressive. Try to get that touchdown. Because knowing the Steelers offense, it is once in a blue moon, they're going to be able to go down there and get that close to get a touchdown against a good defensive mind like Jonathan Gannon. I want to give the Cardinals their respect as well. You have a good defensive head coach in Jonathan Gannon and a very good running back in James Conner. The roster overall is just not on the same level as the Steelers, a team that has TJ Watt, Alex Highsmith, Cameron Hayward, and all those guys up front. And they have some nice offensive pieces as well. Another thing, too. Joey Porter Jr. had some good moments in this game, but he had one horrible penalty in this game. It was a pass interference in the red zone. They went, accepted the penalty. The next thing you know, Trey McBride comes out of nowhere, touchdown. And that's another thing with this team as well. They can't cover tight ends in space. That's going to be huge if they do make it to the playoffs, which is going to be tough because the Indianapolis Colts won today and also did the Houston Texans. So this is tough for the Steelers right now, and you lost to the Houston Texans in similar fashion this season. Mike Tomlin's been outcoached a lot this season by allowing Matt Canada to be with the team for so long. The defense today was up and down. Towards the end of the game, they were completely gassed. They cannot stop the run. Part of that is because their linebackers are hurt right now. You don't have Cole Holcomb. You don't have Quan Alexander, and Orlando Roberts went out in this game as well. They do have Miles Jack, who they brought back out of retirement, but he's nothing to write home about. They need to fix that situation of the field as well, because if they can't fix that, you're going to have a lot of more games to where running backs are going to go out there and beat you up physically. They can go out here and they can beat the Cincinnati Bengals. They can beat the Baltimore Ravens. But when it comes to other teams, I don't know about that with the Steelers. And if they do find a way to make it to the NFL playoffs, I'm very concerned. Because this team's not going to be able to go out there and outgun the Miami Dolphins. They're not going to be able to go out there and compete with the Kansas City Chiefs. They're not going to get a home playoff game because more than likely they're not going to be able to go out and win the division. And it all starts with Mike Tomlin by allowing Matt Canada to coach this team for so long and also playing down to competition. This should have been an easy win for the Steelers, and unfortunately it was not. And it's not on the players. This is a Mike Tomlin issue because it has happened over and over and over again. And outsiders have to stop saying Tomlin's not a horrible coach because he hasn't had the losing season. That doesn't make you a good coach in the NFL. Going out there and winning when it matters the most and adjusting your game plan and fixing something when it is wrong makes you an elite head coach in the NFL. Allowing Matt Canada to stay with this team for so long didn't help this team. It did more harm than good. Going out here and losing to teams that are way below 500 isn't a good thing. The team only had 2 wins coming into this game, and that was against the Dallas Cowboys team that had a horrible game, and also them beating the Atlanta Falcons with terrible quarterback play. And the defense of the Arizona Cardinals is also nothing to write home about. They just have a very good defensive scheme. So this was a very disappointing game for Mike Tomlin, and this is inexcusable. He needs to be questioned about why does this Steelers roster that he always has, or a team that he always coaches up, has these bad games against bad teams. Why do they always play down to competition? And it starts with him. He needs to start taking responsibility for this and try to figure things out. Because right now, the Steelers do not look good losing to the Arizona Cardinals. And if Kenny Pickett is out long term, they're not going to make the NFL playoffs with Mitch Trubisky being the starting quarterback. We can't just give Mike Tomlin praise for when he does good and when he does bad, blame it on the players. No. This is on him. And this loss is solely on him as well. But let me know in the comment section below how you feel about the Pittsburgh Steelers. If you're new to the channel, hit the subscribe button. If you like the video, hit the like button. Most importantly, want each and every last one, guys, stay safe, stay positive. Thanks for watching the video, guys. Peace.